This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great being here helping you with playing the guitar. In this video, I'm going to go over some strategies for strumming when we have 2 chords per bar. We're going to practice this together with the E chord and the A chord. Those are sort of the focus chords of the lesson series right now. Those are our newer chords, but we're also going to be working with D and G. Now, if these chords aren't very familiar to you, if you need help with them, of course, I've got them up here on the board so you can review them right now. But you can also check out the videos where these chords were introduced and where we worked on them specifically. But we're going to be working on strumming these chords in different situations where we have 2 chords per bar. And of course, there's some jam-along opportunities with you, me, and the band, so it's going to be great. Now, this video does accompany Lesson 4 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. If you have that method book, you're going to want to turn to page 27. We're going to be using the songs or exercises from that page for the jam-along portion. Let's go ahead and take a look here at this strumming pattern. We've done this strumming pattern before or previously in the lesson series. So if you need more help with it than what I've got today and you haven't seen the previous videos, you'll want to check out the videos where we've gone over this before. But let's just review this strumming pattern. So it goes down, down, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, 4, up. Of course, we can just use this strumming pattern as is when we have 1 chord per measure and we're in 4/4 time. But when we have 2 chords per measure, this strumming pattern works really great because we've got the same thing happening in the first half as the second half. So we can just do the first half for the first chord and the second half for the second chord. So if I were to practice this strumming pattern just with the E chord, we'd have 1, 2, up, 3, 4, up. 1, 2, up, 3, 4, up. If we were to switch back and forth between the E and A chord, giving the entire measure to each one of those chords, we'd have ready and E, so on and so forth. And you can practice that as much as you want. You could also practice changing between any of these chords that are up here on the board. When you're switching from one chord to the next, it really helps to think about switching chords right after you play that up strum. You don't want to wait until it's time to switch chords and be playing that new chord on the down strum. You just want to think about switching chords immediately after the up strum, and that can help you in making that change or that switch between one chord and the next really seamless. Now, with this, if we were to take and have the E chord for the first half of the bar and the A chord for the second half of the bar, we would have down, down, up on E, and then down, down, up on A. So we'd have E, practice that at different tempos as much as you need to with the different chords. We're going to do this together, jamming right along with song numbers or exercise numbers 8 and 9. There's going to be measures where we get 1 whole full bar of a chord, and there's measures where we have 2 chords per bar. And so we're going to be using this strumming pattern in those situations. Now, in the demonstration here, all I did was use even eighth notes, and I've explained even versus swung eighth notes previously. But if we were to swing the eighth notes with this strumming pattern instead, we'd have down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. It's sort of subtle, but we're taking those up strums and we're delaying that up strum, moving it a little bit further rhythmically back into the bar. So down, down, up, down, down, up. Depending on the groove of the song, we may have more swung eighth notes than even eighth notes, or we may have the more even eighth notes instead of the swung eighth notes. So it's good to kind of just practice when you're just practicing the strumming pattern by itself, to practice a little bit with both. Then when you're jamming along with a song or playing a song, you just kind of naturally go with the groove of that song. So we're going to be using that strategy for numbers 8 and 9. When you get to number 10, it's actually kind of fun. It's written there on the page. We're going to use this strumming pattern when we have 2 chords per bar. And then when we have 1 chord per bar, we're going to use the down, down, up, down. So we're going to have down, down, up, down, 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 up, then down, down, up, down. And that will be really fun. You've got the A, D, and then the E. And that happens over and over, which is really fun. With that exercise specifically, it's actually going to play or go through that repeated section 4 times. So it's twice as long as is actually written there. That's just an FYI when we get to that one. Now with number 11, we're actually going to approach it differently, and I'm going to come back to that after we've jammed together on numbers 8, 9, and 10 using this strategy. So it's going to be super great. You can just jam right along. Each one of these will happen at 2 different tempos, a slower tempo and then a faster tempo. And then the next one will happen. So they'll just happen back to back like that, and you can jam right along with me. If you need to, you can mute those strings and just practice strumming. If you need to, you can not worry about strumming and just practice those chord changes and then put it all together. Once we've jammed together on those ones, we're going to take a look at number 11, which has its own little strumming technique, which is super fun. So it's another one just kind of thrown in there. But let's go ahead and jam together. Okay, I hope you're having fun with this so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 11 together. The strumming pattern that we're going to use for number 11 is new. We've never done it before, and it's sort of there as a specific thing for this song, this exercise, this jam along, this groove. So let's take a look at it. It has all down strums. We're going to have a down, down. Then there's a little rest in there, and for that rest, we're going to slap the strings. So you're going to have down, down, slap, and then we're going to do a down, down. So down, down, slap, down, down. Down, down, slap, down, down. If I did that with the chords, we've got A, slap, D, D. Let's do just that much again. A, slap, D, D. Then we go to E to D. So we got E, E, slap, D, D. So we'd have A, slap, D, D, E, slap, D, D. And it just goes on from there. Okay, so let's jam together on this right along with you, me, and the band. We're going to have two tempos, a slower tempo and then a faster tempo. Let's do it. Okay, awesome. I hope you're having fun jamming right along with me and the band, working on these different skills, getting better at playing the guitar. In the next video, we're going to learn a new chord. We're going to work on the E7 chord. So the next few videos that will come out will go right along with lesson 5 from the Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. It's all going to be great. Keep at it, take care, and we'll see you in more of these videos. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.